Hey everyone, and welcome back to Hardcore Minecraft. Today we're gonna start with the raid farm right away. So here's all the materials, and I'm gonna transport them over to the spot that I found for it, which is this island here, which I flattened out just to make it easier. We don't even really need this island, but I figured I'd flatten it out in case I want like extra storage over here, because the farm actually has to be made in the ocean. And with that, I will leave you guys with the build time lapse. And that is the farm pretty much done. now I'm just gonna move the villagers over, so I'll show you guys the process of doing one of those. And once I show you guys the first one, I'll probably just do the rest off camera, because this is probably going to be pretty time consuming to move all these villagers in. The only saving grace here is that it's not too bad once the villagers are actually at the farm, but getting them over to the farm takes quite a bit. All I gotta do here is push them into this tower up to the top, and then break a little hole for them to fall into, and then they fall into their villager pod in the farm. And this farm needs 5 villagers, so I need 4 more after this one. And if you guys are interested in building this farm, it is also from ENX04, like a lot of the farms I've been building. So if you guys want to build this farm, check out the link in the description, and it will be the tutorial video of the farm here. And now that we got our first villager in this little hole, we just break the composter and he'll fall right down into his pod for the farm. Now I just gotta do that 3 more times, and then the last villager goes up to the top. And once I finished putting the villagers in, I looked for an illager outpost, which I found pretty quickly, and just kept killing them until one of the captains spawned to get the bad omen debuff. Then we can head back to our raid farm and try it out. This illager outpost is actually pretty close to the farm. It's like within 500 blocks, like connected to the same ocean, so I can just boat over every time I want to start up the farm. And if I really wanted to, I could probably start collecting captains in boats and just bringing them over to the farm so that I have a stash of them over there. One thing that was kind of unfortunate about this illager outpost is there was no allays here, so we're gonna have to find another one later on if we want allays. I think I'll definitely want some for some automated farms and also sorting like shulker boxes depending on their color. I think it's really cool that they finally added something that can sort items like that by color. It will make it less painful to refill my storage later on once I get that going. Which, now that we have all these farms, I might actually start working towards like a main storage system soon in the next few episodes here, so that'll be nice. And as we finally found a captain, I headed back to the raid farm to try it out. The only thing I really changed on the farm from ENX04's video is I added a bigger storage system so I could get sticks, bottles, and sugar. Even though I probably won't use those as much, I definitely wanted to have a supply of them just where I can get them for free from the farm. And then obviously it's also collecting emeralds, glowstone, redstone, and gunpowder as well. So now in combination with this farm and the bartering farm, I'll pretty much have infinite redstone components and also fireworks for once we get an elytra. So once you get back to the farm here, it automatically starts the raid, and then you just whack this armor stand over and over again, and you get tons of items as you do this. So I think I only AFK'd for about 5 minutes here, and it was pretty decent, the amount of stuff that we end up getting. I will definitely be AFKing it more off camera, but I figured I'd do a little bit here just to show you guys how it works. And also, we got that achievement, which was pretty cool. And now that we finally have this, I'll be able to trade with my villagers back at my base pretty much without worrying about lowering their costs anymore, so that'll be nice. This will also kind of push me to build an actual villager trading hall now instead of just the little one that I have under my base. After about 5 minutes, here's what the inventory looked like. I got a bunch of Totems of Undying, so now we can switch our shield out for those. Then we got some emeralds, glowstone, gunpowder, and redstone. Pretty much all the farm items, and a bunch of junk like the crossbows and stuff. I'm definitely a fan of this farm. It was pretty easy to build, and it gives you a lot of items. So now we'll just go down and check out what we got here. So we'll check out the emerald chest first. So we got one on each side here, where it splits into 2 chests on each side. So we actually have double the amount of emeralds. And because we get fewer of the other items, they sort a little bit slower, so they only go into the other side, which I didn't notice at first, but they go into the back chest mostly once I actually find the one that it's in. And once I actually open the right chest, we actually have around 4 stacks of redstone dust already, so that was pretty nice. I was out of redstone dust already at my base, so that was nice because I don't feel like mining redstone anymore. Then we had a little bit of gunpowder and a bunch of the other stuff as well. If If you guys enjoyed this episode, please consider subscribing and leaving a like, and I will see you guys in the next one. In the next one, we'll probably start thinking of a storage system and maybe going into the nether to get some netherite.